Hello, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Happy Monday.
Yes, happy Monday. Welcome to your Power Talk for Your Peak Potential, coming at you live every single Monday night.
With Dr. Julia and
Dr.
her co-host, Sam.
The magnificent Sam Roth.
Yes.
Today we have our beautiful Christmas tree in the background again.
And we have a couple ornaments.
Yeah, that we made at our really awesome and fun event last week. So, yeah, we have...
In your practice at Peak
yeah,
Potential?
in my practice at Peak Potential. So stay tuned for more events coming your way like that. So today we have some really interesting things to talk to you guys about. So
the talk is called Activating
Your Healing Potential.
Your Healing Potential.
Yeah.
So I've been a little flustered all week long since last Monday when we shot our video with the sunglasses on and we talked about the lights.
Yeah.
There were some key things that I forgot to mention where right afterward, like I went to sleep thinking about these. I'm like, I didn't say these things. And I woke up, I'm like, we got to do another video today. And this was last Tuesday and we didn't do it. And now it's a week later. So I'm going to talk about it now.
Yeah. So here's some footnotes.
Footnotes to last week's
yeah.
eye thing with the lights. I was talking about wearing sunglasses to protect your eyes from lights, the blue lights, and I got a ton of people that reached out and asked me how to turn the blue lights off of their phone or told us that they had done that.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
Yeah, that was really cool actually. Mm-hmm. Lots of people did that.
Yeah.
And so it's awesome to hear that people are listening.
And taking action, doing things.
Yeah, yeah. So I mentioned, the sunglasses in the house to protect my eyes after the sun goes down from these unnatural lights. Mm-hmm. What I did not say was how important the sunlight is for our eyes. Mm-hmm. So here's the key point that I did not talk about. It's not good for your eyes or the mitochondria in your eyes. You remember the mitochondria stores the energy. Mm-hmm. And we need that energy to live.
Run. Yeah.
Yes. So our eyes actually get fuel from the sunlight. So what sunglasses do is they create a filter and they limit that natural sunlight and the natural energy that you would get from the sun to power your mitochondria. So a lot of people we spent some time in California and it's like you just walk down the street and everybody's got their big sunglasses on. Mm-hmm. And that's really common here as well. The big sunglasses, like I just said, they block that natural sunlight from actually feeding your mitochondria. So
especially here in Minnesota in the winter, you want to make sure that you're getting some natural sun throughout the day when you still have it. So
yes,
between 7:30 and 4 o'clock.
Yeah. So you get the sunlight that feeds the mitochondria, and then you get the other benefits of the sunlight, like the natural vitamin D. Vitamin D, yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's been bothering me all week. Just because I was like, yeah, I wore my sunglasses in Target today. I forgot to tell you that I did not wear my sunglasses to Target.
Yeah, and outside.
I just wore them in Target. So that's...
yeah, very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was like the big thing that I wanted to lead off the conversation with today.
Mm-hmm. Is that all that you had to say about last week?
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay.
That was the major key.
Major key.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Well, now, since Sam started researching that and looking into that.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Here's the other piece that I feel like we didn't really hit on entirely, that I was like, well, we should have talked about that more, is how chiropractic ties in. We talked about it.
We did.
Yeah, we did, but I wanted to drill it home more.
Okay.
So, let me gather my thoughts and see how I wanted to pre-frame this. So yeah, if we're taking in this natural sunlight, that's great. We're going to be powering the mitochondria, and like I said last week, 10 times It's actually three organs. Your eyes, your brain, and your heart have 10 times the mitochondria than any other place in your body. So it's important to feed those areas as well as the rest of your body. Mm-hmm. But here's the chiropractic point that I wanted to hit on was, if you're feeding the mitochondria with healthy light, that's awesome. But what if the mitochondria need, what internally is allowing the mitochondria to really accept the light that you're giving it?
Yeah.
And that's where chiropractic ties in. Mm-hmm. A healthy nervous system, which consists of your brain and your spinal cord, mm-hmm. sending messages out to all the tissues, the organs, the cells, the mitochondria. That's the important piece that I really wanted to hit on. Mm-hmm. And how they tie together.
And the important piece, that I think that a lot of people are missing, because they just don't know. It's not people's fault. I think it's pretty common and pretty well known that people know that they need to eat well and exercise and get good sleep and drink a lot of water. Like, those things are pretty, they're not like hidden secrets anymore. But the thing that people don't understand is you're doing all this stuff, but again, if you're disconnected on the inside of your body, if your nervous system is not functioning the way that it should be, the way that it really could be, then all the amazing stuff you're doing is not going to actually work as well as it could. It's not going to actually sink in and make those changes, which is why then last week when we talked about my practice member who lost all that weight after starting care, was because it's like she was doing all this amazing stuff and then she got her nervous system to be functioning properly, so then all the amazing stuff actually seeped into the body.
Yeah, so the communication inside was
mm-hmm.
was working.
I have a really good example of this.
Okay.
Of how this didn't really work out in our situation. So we had this giving tree in our practice, which turned out amazing. Thank you so much to everybody who donated stuff. And we adopted a family here in Minnetonka, and they will have a beautiful Christmas with a bunch of presents that they asked for. And it's just really awesome to see the whole practice come together and bring gifts to a family that is in need. But so we had this tree, not really a tree, but we had like these
they're called spruce tops.
Spruce tops, yeah.
Tips.
So I bought some spruce tips from
our neighbor,
our
little neighbor boy.
Who's
this is actually pretty funny. He's like a little Boy Scout comes to our door, and his mom sells us on it. Yeah. He's like standing there, and his mom does all the talking. Yeah. He's like, "Hey, you guys should buy these."
Yeah.
He's a Boy Scout.
And his mom's like, "Do you want to say this next part?" And he's like, "No."
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, whatever. So I bought these spruce tops, and I was like, okay, cool. I'll put this in my practice over Christmas. This will be awesome. But the thing is, they kind of sat outside of our house for a little bit, too long, we think, because we went home for Thanksgiving and things like that. But anyways, once we finally got it into the practice, we potted it. Sam went and got this pot, and he got this dirt and all this stuff, and we put it all in there, and we put a bunch of water in there because we're like, well, this needs water, the things that people need, or the things that plants need, water and soil, and we didn't really have that much sunlight. But we put it all together, but...
That's probably where we went wrong. That's probably we left the sunlight out.
Yeah, totally. But now fast forward to where we were today, as me and Alexa were scooping up the needles by literally handfuls because our tree had died pretty fast.
Yeah, it died really fast.
It died really fast. Like, it was kind of that thing where you kind of walked by and you accidentally pressed it, and it would just...
Charlie Brown tree.
It turned it into a Charlie Brown tree. Totally. And how that relates is because we had all the ingredients besides the sun. It had some natural sunlight, coming in from the window and stuff. So it had all the ingredients, but there was something definitely missing in our recipe because our tree, it died like really quickly.
That's a good point.
And the thing is that we probably didn't, have it in there exactly right, and we overwatered it right away, and, but it had all the key ingredients, but there was something that was still interfering with this living, organism, this living tree to really thrive and live the life that it should have lived. And so...
That's a really good comparison.
Yeah,
I didn't know where you were going with that.
Yeah.
That was good.
Thank you. So, RIP to the to the giving tree.
Gone too soon.
Gone too soon. But because really it was gone too soon. It should have lived longer if we would have had all the ingredients in at the right place. Just like the same thing, like you're making, cookies and you have the right ingredients, but you don't put it in the right order. You don't have that foundational thing. It's not going to turn out right. It's not going to be the way that the cookie should be.
No. The missing ingredient if you have all the ingredients, but the cookie's not there, it's missing love.
Love. It's missing that love.
Yeah. But that's the communication within.
Yeah, totally.
The intelligence within.
Yeah.
Okay.
So somehow we did not activate the tree's intelligence enough to make it really thrive.
Right. So what are we talking about
today? So that
today?
brings us into our next thing. So
what we're actually talking about today.
Yeah. So this Sam, he started this journey of figuring out why, just how he could better live his life, essentially.
Yeah.
And this led us to what now, Sam? What is he working on?
So the light stuff got me thinking about the mitochondria in my eyes. And I looked up like literally every I have a handful of people that I listen to on podcasts. Mm-hmm. And I went through all of their podcasts to find the ones regarding light and eye health and that was it.
Yeah.
In sleep and energy, and it led me into looking at my actual eye health. So more than the light, it's like how far I can see. Mm-hmm. And since 4th grade, I've had glasses, and my eyes have slowly progressed. Worse.
Yeah.
Yep. So I can only see about this far clearly. Mm-hmm. Anything past that, I have myopia, so it's like nearsightedness. Mm-hmm. And it kind of triggered some previous things that I'd heard about on naturally, how do you fix your eyes naturally. Mm-hmm. And there's a thing called the Bates method. Mm-hmm. Some people have heard of it, some have not.
Because it's pretty old, really old.
Yeah, it's like the 1880s is when this dude was around, and he was I don't know if he was a optometrist or a medical doctor, but I know he analyzed tens of thousands of people's eyes. Yeah. And how to reach a state of total relaxation through your eyes and through mental thought and emotion and feeling, and returning
to a healthy state of your eye health.
Yeah, eye health. So I've learned a lot about that this week.
Yeah.
A lot about it.
That's the thing about Sam, is when he gets on something, he jumps in. So let me just show you kind of what we have going. No. I think they want to see. So, yeah.
That's beside the point.
Well, anyways, so Sam's on this journey.
Here's the point of it.
Just let me say this.
Okay.
Sam's on this journey to naturally help his eyes, and in however long it's going to take, he will naturally have 20/20 vision with what he's doing, which is awesome. And so we'll get to follow him on his journey with that, because that's pretty amazing, actually. Yeah. Really amazing.
Because I've learned that your eyes consume like 20 to 30% of your daily energy. So if somebody has poor vision, think of how draining that is on your life. Yeah. And that ties in with the sleep thing and the light stuff. Mm-hmm. So this is like the main point of what we're saying today, is that a lot of people probably watching this, or anybody else, they're like, I don't know if you can actually, fix your vision, or like have. And that is the point.
Yeah, and have like if you've had glasses since 4th grade, like I don't know if you're gonna be able to actually not have glasses, and you're gonna be able to see, and you're gonna be able to drive and things like that. Because right now, Sam, he can't even see really. I mean, the phone, right? No,
it's blurry.
Yeah, it's blurry.
I don't know who's watching right now.
Yeah, so I've been taking care of us that way. But anyways, so the thing
here's the point, though,
is that people say
we're told something and we believe it. Mm-hmm. Okay. if the eye doctor tells you that you're going to
Or
have,
any doctor.
or really any authority figure in your
Anybody.
life tells you something and you believe them,
That's
you're
going to
gonna
be
believe
your
that.
reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you actually step outside and like analyze what is being told to you, then you're able to figure out where the issue is and how to fix that.
And really, the next step on that is really what you're telling yourself.
Yeah. And that is the biggest piece that I'm learning about this eye stuff. It's not the exercises and the relaxation of the physical eyeball.
Yeah.
It's the relaxation and the exercises of breaking through my mental stuff, of saying, I've had blurry eyes since I was 9 years old, 8
Yeah.
years old.
Yeah.
That's just my life.
Right.
It's figuring out where the issue lies and breaking through that.
Yeah. And that goes with anything. Any XYZ diagnosis that someone has given
Yeah.
you or given one of your family members or anything. Really.
One that comes to mind is cancer.
Okay. Yeah, cancer. You know, the thing about it is any sort of diagnosis that when it really becomes a really, really, really chronic issue within people is you have beautiful eyes, Sam. That is true. So,
Who was that?
Michael, Mel's brother,
Oh.
Michael, just said you have beautiful
Cool.
eyes.
Thank you.
We're making them even beautifuler. Anyways, but is when people take on that diagnosis and they become that instead of I am Julia and I have this. It's I am I don't even like to say it. I am blank disorder, disease. You know what I mean? Well, that's what I mean. Like, I don't even want to say that about myself because it's just,
Right.
I don't want to put that energy out there.
Yeah.
So our message to you guys out there watching today is that really take a big step and really think about if you've been given a diagnosis, if someone in your family has been given a diagnosis, that there are always other options and there are always ways to help your body activate that healing potential within. Your body is so incredibly amazing and has the power to heal itself from the inside out. And that's really where true healing comes from, is from the inside out.
Yeah.
Really, I can't even like describe how immaculate and amazing our body really is because it's just so
Because
intricate.
it's way more intelligent than you are.
Because it's way more intelligent than I am, so I can't even like put everything into words
Burn.
to really even describe it to you guys. But essentially, that's the first piece. Yeah, exactly, Michael. So that's the first piece is being able to step outside of that and take that label, off of you and see that as I am not that. That does not define me.
Yeah.
And then it stops consuming everything you are. It stops filling up your whole body, your whole nervous system from the inside out. And once you can do that, then you can start to add other awesome things in, like positive affirmations and, of course, regular chiropractic adjustments to really activate that healing potential and other amazing, healing like modalities, things to just keep your body healthy from the inside out. But like we were saying earlier in the video, the main thing is always to make sure that your brain, which is the thing that's responsible for your amazing healing potential, is communicating with your body accurately and
But on
smoothly.
top of that, everything works together.
Yeah. Oh,
So
totally.
just like looking at like your kidney or something, your kidney's not the problem if you have bad kidneys.
Yeah.
Your whole body works together.
Yeah.
You got to look at the entire
It's-
thing.
Yeah, it's the whole.
The whole is greater than the
whole-
sum of the parts.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yes. And if this is the first you're hearing that you can naturally fix your eyesight,
Or anything
Or
with
anything.
your body. It doesn't need to just be your eyes. Literally anything. Because again, the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. So I'm curious to see what else changes in Sam once his eyes gets better. Because it's like, it's not just focusing on the eyes. It's about allowing his whole environment inside of him to become to a healing state. So what else is going to happen with that? Really, the possibilities with that are endless. And that's when someone initially comes into the office and they say, I want you to help me with this. Tree is fake. Sorry, Nash. It was given by Sam's grandma, though, so really beautiful.
Yeah. Well, my mom gave it to me.
Yeah.
But my grandma gave it to my mom. So.
Yes. Back to what I was going to say. I kind of lost what I was saying. Oh, that someone comes in and they say, I want you to help me with this. But then after they get adjusted, like, this has happened, this has happened, this has happened, this has happened. And it's like, yeah, because we just allowed your body to actually express itself at a higher level, and your body naturally is going to go to a healthy state, and all of these other amazing things are going to happen right along with it.
Yeah.
Principle 6. Time.
Who said that?
Nash.
Gosh.
There's no process that does not take time. Yeah,
hey,
that is true.
Also, Nash, I'm going to text you, but I'll just text you.
Okay. So yeah, that's really our message today, is to...
Ooh, storage almost full.
Done.
Okay.
Is that to remove yourself from any sort of label or diagnosis that you or your child or anybody in your family has been given. And just know that your body is amazing and can heal.
Here, talk about labels on kids, because you are a pediatric chiropractor.
Yeah,
and
so...
we don't really talk about pediatric chiropractic on this Power Talk, do we?
Well, I used to a lot.
Used to. Well, not since I've been in it, so
right.
maybe you should know. Okay.
So yeah, labels on kids is pretty detrimental, not only to the kid, but also to the whole family in general. It doesn't necessarily do really that much to help that child, except, label it. It's like, okay, well, now that the child has a label, like, what are you going to do? How does that really help or solve an issue? And it really doesn't. It
just kind of puts the kid in a category.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we all know, I'm sure you look at your kid and you're like, I can't categorize you. You're just like, I had one person come in and she's like, yeah, we had to get a haircut because her hair was just kind of wild and crazy, and it just always kind of does what it wants. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of just like her. And she's like, yeah, that's very true. You know what I mean? So it's like, you can't just label your child as one thing, just like you can't label me as just one thing, or anybody. So it's like, you really have to think about what that label is not only doing, to that child's self-esteem and everything else, but then also it's like, it's not really necessarily like doing anything to really solve the issue. So that's why a lot of people come in, they're like, yeah, they've been diagnosed with this, but like, I don't want that, and this label that someone gave them isn't really doing anything for them, so I'm looking for other options. I'm like, great.
Yeah, and then after you're categorized like that, what does the future look like in that category?
Mm-hmm,
Typically not very good.
Typically not very good, yeah. When it's like, when you get a category of like, yay, your kid's a rock star, it's like, yeah, that's awesome. Because here's the thing, and they've studied this. This is just a pure psychological principle. It's called the self-fulfilling prophecy, is that they mostly have studied this with teachers. And that if a teacher is told something about that child, that teacher will then do actions subconsciously to make that true about that child. So, about that student. So if the teacher is told, like,
that's a bad kid.
That's a bad kid. They're trouble. They need,
so the teacher,
extra help. That teacher will subconsciously do things.
No, the kid.
No, the teacher. The teacher will
the
teacher will subconsciously do things to then fulfill that prophecy and to make that a real thing.
So here's a cool, I learned of this. So a college class had a substitute teacher come in, but they knew the substitute teacher was coming in, so they conducted this experiment where they told half the class that the teacher was great, he's a good guy, he's super smart, you're going to love him, and they told the other class that you got to watch this guy, he's pretty shifty. What did I call you earlier?
Cringy.
Oh, cringy. Yeah, she made this weird noise. Cringy.
Whatever.
Substitute teacher's cringy. You gotta watch him. Be careful. And the substitute teacher comes in, does the lecture, and then they have the class fill out a survey on the teacher afterwards. And it was split 50-50 on how they felt his performance was as a teacher.
Right, yeah.
When everybody experienced the exact same thing, it was their perception of him coming
because
into
we
it.
are always looking for things to always confirm the beliefs that we already have. So when your child is diagnosed with some sort of label, everybody, the teachers, the parents, society, that child even without really trying, because that's the thing, is that so many parents come in and they love their kids so much. So I'm not trying to say that they're subconsciously doing something to hinder their child in any way, because that, that's not true. But the thing is, again, you really have to think about like the broader implications that label is giving to that child. And just, it's like, would you rather have your child labeled like this or rather have your child labeled like this? Well, it's like, pick the one that you want, and then your behavior will then make that child be that behavior back to you, and it will always confirm itself. Pretty amazing. So try that with yourself too. That's really where, positive affirmations come in, is that when you say these things about yourself, then you are going to then do behavior that's going to confirm that affirmation to really make that true about yourself.
But outside of that, don't beat yourself up if it's not going the way you want it to. I'm learning that.
That's true.
Yep. You say all these positive affirmations, but maybe your life doesn't represent that. Don't beat yourself up because it doesn't represent your positive affirmation. Just accept the process, learn from it, and keep moving. Know
that it's always in process to allow that affirmation to be true. It just might not be the exact time that you want.
Yes.
So, do you have anything else to say today?
I don't. No.
Okay. Wonderful. Great talk.
I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, sounds good.